Hey guys, my name is Alan's Custom Lego, and this is a tutorial on my Lego trigger group. Let's get right into it. So first things first, I'm going to show you a little bit of how it works. Pretty simple. I use this in my Lego ACR. If you haven't seen that, I'll be putting the link right up in the top left hand corner if you haven't seen it. But this video is specifically about a tutorial on how to make this specific trigger group. I did get a couple people asking for a tutorial. So the nice thing about this is it is completely removable. It is 3 studs wide, so if you plan on using it, you need a 5 stud wide receiver. And you pull the trigger and it releases the hammer, and the hammer would reset when you pull the bolt back, and it would catch there. I did make a couple improvements to make it a little bit easier to put together and to make it work a little bit smoother, so it doesn't jam up. You can kind of see how it works. There's just a rubber band that pushes this piece down, which puts it down on the trigger. So there's really only 2 rubber bands in this whole thing. So the rubber band kind of connects from the trigger to here, and they kind of work together. And then there's another one for the hammer right there. So I'm going to break this up, and I'll show you how to build it. Okay, so I just broke it up into a couple pieces here. Here we have the trigger, the housing, the hammer, and the catch. And you need 2 rubber bands, roughly about the same size. That's a nickel for scale. Should be about the same size, somewhere in between a dime and a nickel. Usually something you'll have to tweak with a little bit. We're going to build each of these individually. We'll put it together at the end, and then hopefully you have a working trigger group. Okay, so we're starting off with the trigger here. You're going to need to build this piece right here. This is just a 1x4 tile with a 1x2 slope with the indent. So then you're just going to put a 1x1 tile, or sorry, 1x1 plate and a 1x1 tile. If you don't have this piece, just a regular sloped 1x2 slope brick with the stud on top will work just as well. This part here is just this this Technic piece. It's 1x3. Where it has the Technic holes on 2 sides, and then 90 degrees has the Technic axle hole. Then you're putting a gray 1x3 Technic axle through there, and you're just putting a 1x2 tile, or sorry, 1x2 plate on that side. And finally, this last piece is just a 1x1 Technic brick, and then you're putting a 1x1, just a regular 1x1 brick, a 1x1 modified plate with the tooth, and then you're putting a 1x1 plate on top of that. And to put it all together, you're going to start with this piece here, and this just goes together just like that, and then this piece goes on just like that. Pretty simple. Next is this piece here. So this one's fairly simple as well. This is going to be your left side. This is just a 1x2 brick with a 1x1 plate on top with this circular modified piece. Then you're going to put a 1x2 plate next to that with 2 1x1 plates off the bottom. On top of that, you're going to put a 1x4 plate and then a 1x2 tile. And then the right side is just a 1x2 Technic brick with a hole in the middle, a 1x4 plate on top, and then 2 1x1 tiles on the bottom. Then you're going to need 2 1x3 plates, another 1x3 plate, but on this one we have a 1x1 stud on it. And to put it together, you're going to take this piece, you're going to flip this piece like this. This is the one with the stud. It's going to go on just like that, right there. Just like that. And then this one, same thing, it's going to go right there. Then you're going to grab these other 1x3 plates, and they're going to attach just like this. There we go. Next is the catch. So this one is pretty simple as well. They're all pretty simple. This is just a 1x2 Technic brick with the hole in the middle, and you're going to put a 1x1 Technic brick on the right side, and then this is a 1x6 Technic plate, a 1x4, or it's not a Technic plate, just a regular plate, a 1x4 plate, a 1x3 plate, and then a 1x4 tile. Then this right here is another 1x3 Technic left arm kind of piece. It has the Technic hole in the middle, and 90 degrees to both sides is a Technic axle hole. On this side you're putting a 1x2 or a 2 long axle piece. These are usually in red, sometimes you can find them in black. And this is a half Technic hold, half Technic pin, or pin and axle. The tan one is the non-friction, where the blue is the friction. If you have the tan, use that one, it'll work a little bit more smoothly. If not, if you only have the friction ones, you'll probably need a stronger rubber band here. Up top, this is just a 1x1 modified brick with the stud on the side, and then you just have a 1x1 brick and then a cheese wedge. So the cheese wedge is going to be sloping away from the side that the slope's on, and it is going to attach on like that, just like that. And then to put them together, you're just putting the tan pin into the 1x1, just like that. So the tan one is, like I said, the non-friction, so it should move freely, where if you use the blue one, it would stay in place. So that's, if you only have those, that's something you'll have to tweak with when you go to put the rubber bands in. Lastly, we have the hammer. So we're going to start with the left side here. This is just a 1x2 plate with a 1x2 brick with the 2 Technic holes and a 1x1 plate on top of there. This is the same thing. It's the 1x2 brick with the 1x1 tile, but instead of just the regular 1x2 plate, you're going to use a corner plate. You're going to set it up to be so where this is coming out, it's going to be even with where that stud is, so it's not going to be on the other side. Make sure you don't mess that up. This is a 1x3 Technic piece. It has the 2 Technic holes, and 90 degrees it has the Technic axle hole, and in that we have a 3 long Technic axle, and in the first stud we have a 1x1 Technic stud, or not Technic stud, just a regular stud. Here we have an inverted slope. It's a 1x3, and right here is just a 1x2 jumper with the stud in the middle, and this here is a 1x1 Technic brick with a cheese slope on top. A 1x1 cheese slope, and it's going to look just like that. So to put it all together, we're going to grab this piece here, and we're going to put that on top there. So you want to attach it to the side that has the stud on it, and you want to make sure that is as straight as you can get it. Okay, just like that. So we're going to put these on here, just like that, and that is it. So now we are going to put it all together. Okay, so we're going to attach these 2 pieces first, so we'll put these off to the side, and what you're going to want to do is take these side pieces off, so you're left with just this kind of H piece, or an I don't know, whatever you see, and this piece here. So what we're going to do is put the rubber band on here like that, and on this piece like that. Okay, so then we're going to put that piece on like that. This is always really tricky, getting these rubber bands to line up properly. Okay, just like that. We're going to put that on like that. And like that. There we go. Got it. Oh, there we go. So that sits on there just like that. Now you're going to put these side pieces back on. It's going to hold it all together, make it all nice and strong, and should look something like this. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, so now, oh, actually probably should have put the trigger in first. So we're going to take this side piece off again, and we're going to put the trigger in. So that's just going to fit into that axle hole right there, and then we'll put the other side back on, snap everything back together, there we go, and then this side just pops on that side, just like that. Okay, so now you're just going to attach this rubber band from here to there. With this one, I actually had to do flip it over twice, attach it like that. Kind of tricky thing to do. Just like that. There you go. Works like a charm, just like that. So I also worked in a safety feature here, and all you need to add a working safety to this is this right here. So all this is a 3-long axle and a 1x2 Technic piece with a Technic axle hole and just a regular pinhole. Two of the, this isn't a super common piece, so there's a couple other substitutions you could use for this, but it's pretty simple. That's what this hole here is for. So this would line up with holes you would have on your lower receiver. So you'd have a full pin. So this would realistically be a 6 or 7 long axle pin that goes through the whole gun, and then you'd have levers that'd be on the outside, so you can move it through the inside. I'm just using the 3 wide here because it's a full 3 wide thing, and you can see how it doesn't get in the way, but if you were to twist it, it snaps right in there, and this is not going absolutely anywhere. There's no play whatsoever in it like some safeties do. I know some safeties I've made in the past do have a little bit of play in them as well. This one has absolutely none, and it's a rather small turn too. So all you have to do is turn it there and there, and it's unsafe, but obviously if you want like a full switch, like a full 90 degrees, it can do that. So nice little mechanism here. This is actually how the one on the ACR is held in as well. Once you were to take this out, there'd be no studs holding it down and be able to slide right out. So pretty simple thing. Pretty complicated actually to all work together, but looking at it now, pretty simple. Pretty tricky to engineer that from scratch. I hope you guys found that useful. I hope you like it. I hope you can use it. If you use it in one of your guns, comment down below or link me to the video. I'd love to see it. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any other questions or any other requests, any other tutorials you want, let me know. Check out my channel for other guns, other tutorials. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.